Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. A man once said, "There are many horses in my uncle's cowshed." From that, one could know that the man had no horses at all. No one keeps a horse in a cowshed. Some people pride themselves on their riches and powers, their wealth, honor, and social position. But these are only transitory. Nothing will remain with you in death. Here you see Sri Ramakrishna is telling about the house and cowshed, horse and cowshed. He is just to, their words won't be coherent. With the reality it doesn't match. So they are pandits but without experience. Now I have learned what is swimming, how much of force will make me float in the water, how much force will take me forward, what is the ideal condition under which I can float, I can move forward, I can reverse myself and sleep. Everything theoretically I can learn. But when I get into water, I won't be able to swim. I simply sink. But the one who doesn't know any theory but knows swimming, he knows his knowledge is real. When he explains, his terms may not be proper, but he is telling truth. Experience brings the truth. Theory brings me a rough understanding, an indicator far from experience. So here we see the experience is more important. Sri Ramakrishna says incoherent, means it doesn't tally with the reality. The second thing is, Sri Ramakrishna is, people are proud of certain things, their own wealth, their beauty, their youth, their strength, so many things, but they are all transitory. 2 days play, next it is going to disappear. They themselves, the bodily existence itself is going away. But these are only transitory. Nothing will remain with you in death. You may be having all things when you die. Even sleep. Why death? The moment you sleep, there is neither wife nor child. The mother forgets her child. Forgets means it is not there for her once she sleeps. So after death will it come? It will be erased forever. That there is a song that runs, Sri Ramakrishna sings, because these people who have come there some are government officers. They are, oh, I am an officer, that awareness is there. Some are pandits, they have the understanding, I know everything, or I know all Upanishads, so many things, scriptures. But where is the, both are in the wrong awareness. They have come to Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna awakens a spiritual consciousness. The only way is like Krishna showing the Arjuna the Vishwarupa, the reality. The moment he sees the Vishwarupa, he starts shivering. Any man, when you use the term death, immediately he doesn't want to hear the term death. So that Sri Ramakrishna is bringing all that is up to death. Nothing remains after that. You may be great, you may call yourself great, but with death it disappears. Then there is a song that runs, remember this, O mind, Nobody is your own. Vain is your wandering in this world. Nobody is your own. See, we cover our aloneness by things, my child, my mother, my friends, my this one. All I keep to cover my loneliness. I am alone. I was born alone. I came alone. I am living alone by covering, and I go alone. Now, this in between is covered by the people whom I call my own. But really, they are also in the same boat. They are calling you as their own. One day you will not also be there, they will also not be there. Whom you are calling my own are temporary appearance. They are going to disappear. Or you are going to disappear, leaving them here. So this parting is there. It looks like when I am going alone, I will know, oh, I was alone. I was never with anybody. Otherwise, I could not have gone alone. I came alone. I lived alone, covering that loneliness, and I am going again alone. So, just like we are all naked, but we are covering our nakedhood with a cloth. Inside the cloth, we are again naked. The nakedness cannot be removed. The nakedness can be covered. The aloneness can be covered. Aloneness cannot be removed. Vain is your wandering in this world. So, transcend these limitations. Now, here, you can experience the transcendental. You can, these covering sheets, like covering with coats and banyans, you are covered with many things, body, mind, senses, so many things. Leave them aside and know yourself, what you are. Trapped in the subtle snare of Maya, as you are, you do not forget the mother's name, which is going to remove all the delusion that we have acquired. Only a day or two men honor you on the earth as the Lord and Master. All too soon that form so honored now must needs be cast away. When death, the Master seizes you. People honor you with on this earth, but a day comes when they also live and you are honored. When death comes, that honor is no more honored. Even your beloved wife, for whom, while yet you live, you fret yourself almost to death, will not go with you when she too will say farewell and shun your corpse as a evil thing. This is what we practically see in our lives. Bharya bhibbeti tasmin kaye. Bhajagovindam Sri Shankaracharya says, even wife to which that body was so precious, so loving, from which she never wanted to part, when the person dies, the wife is afraid to go near that. She shuns it, shuns the corpse as evil thing. How that you see. So death takes away all things. Your honor, your wealth, your greatness, all that is gone away. When Alexander passed away, he was from India, his body was taken. It has so many cuts and pieces in the body. almost all places the wounds of the sword and fighting was formation of pus. Pus was oozing out from his body, always here and there. And you cannot put a cloth, it gets stuck. It dries up and gets stuck. Very difficult to separate. It will be painful. So he was made to sleep on the plantain leaf and covered with a thin cloth. His sincere, his sevak, his servant was there looking after with great care, applying some medicines, feeding him with his own hands and taking care of the master. When the death is nearing, Alexander says to that sevak, "Oh my friend, leaving my hands outside, cover the rest of the body." The body is covered because flies go and sit on the body to cover that. To cover it, a thin cloth they used to wear, put on. Whole body is covered with a thin white cloth. When the death comes, he says, "Leave my hands alone outside, the palms alone outside, and cover the rest of the body." Then he asks, "Master, why? Why the hands outside and the body covered?" He says, "Let the people know one who has conquered the world is going empty-handed. Nothing comes." What a big lesson you see. One who has conquered the whole world is going empty-handed. This is life. So don't be proud of anything. Don't say I anymore. Say you, Master, you. You, yours and for you. I, mine and for me is bondage and Maya. You, yours and for you is wisdom, jnana. So the jnana releases you from all bondage and suffering. The Maya makes you constantly undergo the cycles of birth and death and constant chasing karmic load and suffering. So this Sri Ramakrishna is telling, with death he is explaining, one must not be proud of one's money. If you say that you are rich, then one can remind you that there are richer men than you and others richer still, and so on. If you show your riches, there are another person who is more richer than you. Still more richer are there. Where are you going? Just like anger. If you show little this much anger, that man shows, opposing man shows this much anger. Nobody is short of anger. But people are feeling dearth of love. Can you give love in place of anger? Can you, instead of pride, exhibiting pride, can you exhibit, with all the money, can you exhibit humility? Can you express love? If you say you are rich, there is still more richer and richer. At dusk, the glowworm comes out and thinks that it lights the world. Fireflies, you see, and each thinks I am lighting. But its pride is crushed when the stars appear in the sky. The stars feel that they give light to the earth, but when the moon rises, stars fade in shame. The moon feels that it smiles at its light, and that it lights the earth. Then the eastern horizon becomes red. The sun rises, the moon fades away. After a while, no longer you see. How each one thinks he is doing, but there is another person. When he appears, he feels, oh, I am nobody, I am nobody. If wealthy people would think that way, they would get rid of their pride in their wealth. If wealthy people would think that way, in what way? If there is firefly says, then there is still a higher power. The stars come. If stars come and say, I am lighting now, within no time the moon rises and it shows, oh no, you are not the one who is, I am there. When sun rises, the one moon fades away. If you can think like that, wealthy man become humble. If wealthy people would think that way, they would get rid of their pride in their wealth. They will no more feel pride. One beautiful lady, very proud of her beauty, to that one wise man says, my child, don't feel proud of your beauty. Beauty is skin deep. She laughs and goes away. When doing some experiment in a college, the titrations and all with acid bursts and whole face gets burnt, and scars that appear on the face was not able to remove. I saw one person in Karkar. He was looking after a Jain temple. He comes and opens the door, looks after. He was a assistant in a lab. Same thing happens. This one experiment bursts, and his face, he's blind both eyes. His both eyes go away. And he is coming every day with that blindness. He manages to open the temple, move about, take the people into confidence, tell them the story of that temple. It is an ancient Jain temple. When the things happen, we understand beauty is skin deep. Strength is just eye is there. When the eyes go away, no more possibility of seeing also. Total dependence on others come. An independent person becomes totally dependent if eyes are not there. Manilal had provided a sumptuous feast in celebration of the festival. Manilal had provided a sumptuous feast in the celebration of the festival. The festival Sri Ramakrishna has attended now. He entertained the master and other guests with great love and attention. This is most important part. There were many occasions when Sri Ramakrishna goes, there is no one to take care of them, even to honor them and make them sit. So much of busy the owners was invited, or to whom Sri Ramakrishna out of his own will and grace has visited that house. But here you see, with great love and attention, they entertained master. It was late at night when they returned to their homes. Now you see, here an important thing is, it is late in the night. It was late at night when they return to their homes. It is sometimes Sri Ramakrishna used to go from door to door when he goes to Calcutta and return much later than the midnight in a horse carriage. You can imagine there is no lights, no electricity, no cars and all that. Horse carriages and that dim light at night through the rough roads and terrains. They have to come back. And early in the morning they leave and go, Sri Ramakrishna, going door to door to give the message, to lift them to higher heights. He is going from, like a beggar he is going from door to door. And then late in the night, sometimes 2:30, 3 o'clock, it is early morning, the last prahara has begun. He reaches there to begin his day again. A little, a hour or two, rest is sufficient. Again he's on his one or the other is going to come in the early morning onwards. So look at the sacrifice, this being an incarnation. God has come down to this earth in human form. When incarnation comes, they are aware on both sides. They know the infinite, eternal, unchanging reality behind, in which the universe has appeared. The Lord of the universe is but the same infinite consciousness pervading this universe. The part that pervades the universe, we call it Ishvara. Like space of a room we call Ishvara. The space of a pot inside the room we call Jivatman. The infinite space outside we call Brahman. The same space. There is one space, Akhanda. You cannot divide, but still we differentiate just as a matter of limitations, artificial created limitations that do not hold in reality. There is pot space, room space and infinite space. Pot space we say, Jivatman, pot space. There is one space, the space cannot be cut. But still the pot appears to divide the space into two, the pot space and the outer space. But space is one. Chaitanya is one. But Jiva Chaitanya, Ishvara Chaitanya, because that Chaitanya is pervading that, it is Akhanda, but pervading that universe, like space pervading this room, is called Ishvara. The Chaitanya, the infinite Chaitanya, Sachidananda, that's pervading the universe is called Ishvara. Ishvara is just a part of the infinite. Similarly, Jiva is also the same Ishvara. Ishvara is same as absolute. Now Ishvara is aware of every Jiva being his manifestation. He is presenting in and through. Room space is presenting in and through all the pots as pot space. So Ishvara is aware, I am there in every pot. The room space knows, I am there in every part. Similarly, he is aware of the infinite space beyond. He knows that side. He knows the entire universe, all things going on, all objects and its creative process, the sustenance process, returning everything. He is called Bhagavan because the Bhagavan has that aspect. He is knower of every jiva, its back, whole thing, how it came into existence, what happened, how it's going, where it is going. It knows the destiny and destination, where it is going to end, when it is going to end, everything. That is Sarvajñatva, is the Sarveshwaratva. He is the Lord of all that. He can do and undo anything. Nobody can destroy the karma of a jiva, but God can remove the karma at His will. That's the main difference between God and the realized souls. Realized souls are one with God, but they don't have the power to remove the karma of others. God has that power to do and undo anything. He can just at will give mukti to all the jivas also. But He never longs or wishes to go against the nature. The laws, He has made the creation. He has made the laws of creation. He is governing it. And how can He go against the law He Himself has created and handed over to His own power, the Maya or the Prakriti? So Prakriti has two aspects. One as the matter and one as the life. Jiva, Apara Prakriti and Para Prakriti. Apara Prakriti is this whole universe of matter. Para Prakriti is the life that is existing. He knows, He is governing everything. He is pervading everything and governing everything with His own power, the Chit Shakti of His as the nature. And this we see the Lord as all the, He is omnipotent. He pervades everything and remains He pervading it. He is omniscient, omnipotent. He is omnipotent. He can do and undo anything. And He is omni-compassionate. He feels for all jivas. Om Niranjanam Nityamanantarupam Bhaktanukampa Dhritavigraham Vai Ishavataram Parameshamidhyam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namamaha.